And of course, we're getting right into who we have in studio this morning. And I have two beautiful ladies joining me this morning, and they both are from the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. That institute, of course, has quite a name here, and if you don't know about it, you certainly have been under a rock. So let me introduce Miss Meisha Trim, Deputy Chair of the THTI Board, and Miss Mia Persad-Douglas, the Quality Manager there. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
And it's good for you to join us. I know you are busy. And of course, when we talk about THTI, it's not just about food for those of you who are thinking that, but we're talking about tourism as well. Now, I know a special anniversary is coming up and World Tourism Day. Tell us a little about what is World Tourism Day and why should we as Tobagonians, be concerned about that day? And of course, a little about maybe what you're doing for your anniversary. I don't know who would want to answer that. You ladies can decide.
Go ahead. So the 27th anniversary, the actual date is actually the 8th of September, but we've planned, of course, a series of events around the anniversary to mark it. And World Tourism Day falls within that period.
Right.
And so what we've done is put together a panel discussion of international and regional national guests. So we have local presenters. We also have international presenters and from within the region to discuss the future of hospitality and tourism education in the next decade, because of course THTI is poised to play a leading role in that space.
Right. And of course, sometimes we have viewers who may maybe tuning in for the very first time, who never heard about THTI. And Ms. Trim, if you can let our viewers who have no idea what THTI is all about, can you share with us?
Sure. Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, THTI, located in Blenheim, Tobago. We have been here, as you know, we actually celebrating our 27th anniversary. So we've spent quite some time educating the population here in Tobago, nationally and even regionally. And with the closure of THTI, THTI stands as the only hospitality and tourism institute in the country. Wow. We're actually very proud of that because we're also double accredited, and we offer programs, associate degree programs, we offer short courses, and we have a number of areas of study. If you go to our website, www.thti.edu, you will find a plethora of areas that you may be interested in, from the degrees range from food and beverage to hospitality studies, tourism studies, and of course, our very famous culinary arts degree.
Yes, most definitely. I think when we think of THTI, that's what we know. That's like the signature degree. And of course, you put forward excellence. Now, out of the 27th anniversary and also looking at World Tourism Day, what should we expect? And, when we look at the world, there are many days you see being asked to be celebrated or commemorated. So why should we here pay attention to World Tourism Day?
It's very important to us here on the island. I really do not think that Tobago has touched the surface of what tourism can do for our economy or population. And this is why we chose the idea of doing a webinar, inviting industry partners, tourism enthusiasts, persons, entrepreneurs within the space, students who are in tourism clubs and pursuing that degree, or anyone for that matter, to actually discuss where the future of tourism is heading. And we want to be the beacon and the light that leads the way in that manner. And so tourism, actually today being World Tourism Day, we are very honored to actually launch our first ever webinar attacking the subject.
Right.
Yeah?
And this is like your golden birthday, because World Tourism Day today is the 27th and you're celebrating 27.
Correct.
Yes, so it's really extra special. The webinar is titled Sustainability Excellence, Innovating Education in Hospitality and Tourism for the Next Decade. What does all of that mean?
So sustainability is, I think when we think of sustainability, we often would think of the environment.
Yeah.
And that's part of it, but sustainability has three different parts. It has environmental, yes, but also economic and social. And so when we talk about sustainability and the net that tourism as an industry casts, one of the things that we want to share with people is that some of the social problems that we're facing in our society today that are on the news every day, tourism has a role to play. So by involving yourself in the tourism industry, it can be an income stream to pull people back from that world. And the economic benefits that tourism presents are very important to the development of our island economy. And as people would know, the tourism industry is one of the main drivers of the regional economy as well.
Yeah.
So in that sense, while we have the potential, Trinidad and Tobago has been focused on the energy industry and not really on the potential benefits. But looking forward to the next decade, as the energy industry tends to be more volatile and have less impact on our foreign exchange earnings, tourism is poised to really step up and take that space. And so that's why this discussion is very important.
And this discussion takes place this evening, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
Tell us who are some of the presenters, and for those who may be interested in attending this webinar, how can they be a part of it?
Right. So I know that your producers have the flyer, so if they could share that with our viewers. We have a number of regional presenters. We have our dean of our partner institution, St. Thomas University, out of Miami, Florida. And he is the dean of the Gus Machado Business School, under which hospitality and tourism falls. And he does have Caribbean roots. He's from Jamaica originally. And so he's very aware of the importance of the industry to the region and to speak about its sustainability and how education plays a role in that. Mrs. Laura Dowers Phillips is a tourism journalist. That's her specialty area. And she's based at the moment in Turks and Caicos, but many of us would have seen her writings from around the region for a lot of different publications. And Miss Alicia Edwards is a project management professional. She has a long history with our institution as well as a former executive director. And she has a wealth of knowledge to bring to the topic. Our moderator as well is very knowledgeable, and I'm sure he's going to lead a very engaging discussion, Mr. Pemberton.
So is this open for the general public?
Absolutely, and we really hope that a lot of people are going to come out and hear what is being spoken about, and the goal is for everyone to be part of the discussion and to learn something at the end of the day.
I know the webinar is today, but is there a pre-registration, or can I just jump in at the last minute?
We are asking that you call 682-3809 or email chantel.melville@thti.edu.tt to pre-register and sign up. You have all day into afternoon.
Right. So you have, I'll give you like about 5:55 to make sure Miss Chantel has your information to be part of that webinar. And when we live in environments like this, we can't say this is not about us. So I don't run a guest house, so I don't, I'm not in the food sector. If you live on an island in the Caribbean, and we like to say how beautiful we are as a people and as a place, you definitely have to be part of this, because whether you're a taxi driver, someone just walking the street, sometimes a tourist will meet you, ask you a question, you have to know to engage them, you have to know to sell it, right? So this is definitely something for all of us to be a part of. And just on the side of, I don't want to digress because we are here to talk about this in particular, but you mentioned, Ms. Trim, about the plethora of courses. And I would have seen recently experiences are shared on social media, because we all have a voice on social media, right? Complaining about a particular establishment on the island that serves food, and everybody says the food is excellent. They love the ambience of the place, but the customer service is terrible, and it's turning people away. Do you have customer service short courses or anything like that?
Yes, it's definitely a part of hospitality and tourism. You cannot speak that language without speaking customer service excellence. And as an institute, we are really focused on this. As a matter of fact, I believe that the discussions this evening will be centered around the trends, because tourism now is about experiences.
Right.
They are niched areas and experiences. And if we cannot develop those two items, then we do not have a product. And so it's extremely important that we focus on our service and our service standards. And of course, THTI is doing what it can to actually bring this populace, and by extension, the region, into this space of total gold standard service.
Right.
Yeah.
After all, we're talking about sustainability excellence, right? We have to keep it going and we have to be not just good or better, but really at our best because we are compared to the world and people have options and we have to realize that. So the webinar begins at 6 p.m., ends around 7:30. You don't have to get dressed up and go anywhere. All right. You can register. And of course, the flyer is on the screen. If you need more information, you can check on THTI's website. That's thti.edu.tt. And you should find the events tab or section and you will have more information. Can you just share that number with us again?
It's 682-3809. Again, 682-3809.
All right. And I do hope our schools are also engaged because I believe, you have to start with the younger ones. Some of us, we're already bent and we can't unbend, but the younger ones, they are brave and you can train them. And I really hope that, even parents who may be listening, it's something that maybe your teenager, I know some of you may be doing it for A-levels. This is something really we should be a part of and be engaged. I don't know if you ladies have anything else. You can probably just encourage the viewers to spread the word and really be a part of this webinar. Yes? Yeah.
Yes, so we would love to see as many people as possible be engaged in the process, not just with the webinars, but with the institution. We have, as we were saying, a number of events that continue for the anniversary. And
maybe you can share one or two of the events coming up.
Yeah, like today we do have, we're going into a children's home in Lambo, and you just spoke about involving the youth. We are very big on that. So we have done a number of career fairs over the past year. We do have today that the students of the culinary arts class, they're going to teach cookie baking, making down at and we, members of the board, the alumni are all invited to join us from 2 to 4 p.m. today as we do our outreach. And this is just one of many. But this falls within our 27th anniversary, something different. So we are not just touching schools, we are touching everyone in the society, and especially those who are, in the what do you call that? I don't want to label them, but they're actually not some of them are not in school.
Right.
And so we can't take it for granted that everyone knows about us. We are touching every nook and cranny of the island until THTI becomes a household name, that name that it used to be.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much. And to our parents, I have this habit. Sometimes I chase my boys out the kitchen because they keep me back. But in between, I said, let me just get the patients. And I have them in the kitchen. And it's something, an activity you bond over. And you never know where that will lead in terms of their career path. So encourage them, get the safe knives for them, etc. And if they make a mess, their children, just clean it up. All right. So happy anniversary to THTI. They are doing a double celebration. It's World Tourism Day and it's their birthday. And we wish you all the best as you celebrate. Thank you, viewers. We get ready for a quick break. And when we return, of course, we have two more ladies who will be joining me this morning. So stay tuned.
Let's go, go.